Julie the Oracle here. Okay. Trying to make shorter readings, and I decided to just keep it simple. I mean, I keep trying to keep it simple, but I know I say that all the time. I actually am trying to keep it simple because, like, it's just been so busy and I've been exhausted. I'm trying to, like, kind of scale back a little bit so I can get some more rest. But I did a 3-card pull here with reversals, as you can see. And the question that I have asked today is basically, what should you focus on? So please take what resonates and leave the rest. So we start with the 8 of Coins in reverse. Now these obviously have words on them, so you can see that there's a lot of different meanings that go with this, but I'm going to try to. When I think of like the 8 of Coins, the 8 of Pentacles, I think of that this is where somebody is a hard worker, or they're working on themselves, or they're working, this, depending on what the situation is, they're hard working at their job or so on, but this is in reverse. So I feel like in some terms of this, if you were working on yourself, you've kind of stopped. Like, what's the word? You're not productive anymore. Where you were like just cranking out all kinds of awesome ideas and projects and things that you were doing, now you're just kind of like, eh. And I get it. Maybe not the holidays and things are over. We're getting into just like normal time. Everything's kind of settled. There's no, I don't know that there's any excitement coming for you, unless you were lucky enough to have a birthday coming up or an anniversary or special occasion. But, you need something to look forward to. And I say that just like it, I don't know, it makes things more interesting when we have something to look forward to, because it's motivation in a way. But you're no longer motivated. It's like, this one over, when I turn this over, and this may resonate with some of you, that maybe you work too much. I mean, the all work, no play is kind of standing out for me. So this could be a situation where, and instead of working and going home, you don't have a good work-life balance. So you're working all the time, and I don't know if this is necessarily your fault. Either you're a workaholic, or maybe you work for a company or a boss that just insists on, like, having you work long hours, and you don't get enough breaks, and it's not a long enough lunch, and you're wishing you could go home and just have a decent dinner with your family, and maybe kick back and be able to watch a movie or something, and then go to sleep, but you can't even enjoy it because you're working long hours. It's just, I mean, there's 2 scenarios here that could be happening. So with this, I'm just thinking, all work, no play. That makes Jack a dull boy. So with 8 of Coins, what you need to focus, and I will say, like, recommendations, suggestions only, but if you were thinking about it, trying to balance that work-life situation, it's going to take a little timing. Now, if you have a job that's just absolutely running you into the ground, it might be time to start looking for something else. I'm not saying just quit and cold turkey or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, shop around, see what you can. Maybe you can find a job that treats you better, that gives you better work-life balance, better benefits, better pay. You might find something that actually would be more suited to you. You might want to completely change your career, like the entire thing too, and be like, you know what, I don't want to work like in this field anymore. I want to do something else. Maybe you want to start your own business. But so I think you should focus on making the necessary changes in your life that will help you balance out all that work and no play. You need to play. You need to take that vacation, or even a staycation. Stay home, sleep in, get up late, make yourself breakfast, watch TV. Like, you can binge watch something. Just allow yourself to enjoy it. Some people can't allow themselves to sit and do that. They feel like they got to get up and move all the time. And, I've been kind of like that myself, but I'm kind of learning to not care anymore, like to detach and just go, you know what? I deserve to stay in bed. If I need a day, I'm so tired I could sleep all day. You need that rest. It's extremely important for you. So for the first card, 8 of Coins, yes, focus on balancing that work-life balance. Make sure that you're not working all the time and that you are taking time for yourself and your family, your friends, whatever it is you want to do. Like, half that time should be spent doing whatever you want to do and getting plenty of rest and rejuvenating yourself. With the 3 of Coins, this is usually, 3 of Coins is about collaboration, and I think that it could be about setting the foundation for a solid friendship and things like that. Working together, camaraderie, being social. There's a lot of things with this. But the thing that stands out to me is active listening. You work with your coworkers and things like that. So what comes to mind is that maybe there's a couple of, here we go with 2 scenarios. There's always 2 flips of the coin here. 2 sides of the coin, I should say. I said flips. Oh, man. Sorry. You pride yourself on working well with people, but either you're not being heard, you've got to learn to step up and assert your voice and say, hey, I got this idea for our project at work, or, hey, I just want to speak up, go sit in the boss's office and be like, hey, I just want to say I noticed this and it's really bothering me. And, you're allowed to go in and sit down and explain. If there is a work issue, you should be able to say something. You should be able to speak up, because nothing changes if you don't. So if there's something that needs to be addressed, speak up. On the other hand of that, the active listening, if you're going to collaborate with your coworkers, you need to learn to listen. And that requires you to shut up. And that's kind of putting it bluntly, but sometimes you've got to shut the mouth and just listen. And I will ask, what do you hear? What are you really hearing your colleagues, what they're saying? Are you really hearing their ideas? Are you hearing how they feel? If there's, again, an issue there, or you got to listen to other people's ideas, because it might just be really smart. And sometimes you can have a really cohesive idea together. And that's where we get being a team, this co-managing that it's talking about in here. But the active listening is getting me. So I'm thinking somebody's not listening or not being heard. Both scenarios are possible, depending on who you are. So don't be afraid to assert your voice. Speak up and say, hey, I've got an idea. Because if you don't, you're going to get passed over. People aren't going to listen to you. And then later on, it could bite you in the butt, because people are going to be like, well, they don't really participate much and they're too quiet and they don't have leadership skills. So keep that in mind and try to fight that. On the other hand, you could be the other person and they're like, oh, this person's always talking. They're always trying to take over and be the team leader, but instead of being co-creators. So, they don't listen to us, blah, blah, blah. So don't get caught up in that web, It's a good time. Sometimes observation is great. So sit back and just listen to what people have to say and then give them your honest thoughts. Definitely practice active listening. That's going to be a biggie for me. Something I've had to do myself. And then lastly, we have Knight of Coins. What comes out is feeling stuck. The Knight of Pentacles is slow moving to begin with. They're bringing you the offers, the messages, all these things, but they're doing it really slowly. I mean, look, the horse is not even moving. It's just standing in a field. Let's see. Unstable, impatient, doesn't finish things. Yeah, I don't think you're that. You're feeling stuck. Bored? Maybe. Because there's 2 cards here that have bored and boring on them. So they could be related. And I think that maybe this means you do need to find, the Knight of Coins is somebody who can bring a new, usually a new offer, but it's in reverse. If it was going to be a new job opportunity or something, it would be upright. if we want to look at it that way. But since it's in reverse, I'm thinking you're bored and maybe it's time for a new career. Or, you know, a change of pace, a scenery. Maybe you want to move to a different position, a promotion, or maybe just you need something different in your life. These all seem to be like relatable to work. You know, I just realized when I when I pulled these, I didn't realize, holy cow, I pulled coins on all three. I was not even paying attention to that. These are all pentacles. I'm thinking this is definitely has to do with jobs. This is career, but this can be foundational. This is jobs and home. I think the whole thing is work-life balance. You need to focus on that. But you're going to have to focus about, you know, having more fun and being more social. And, you know, when you do work, you're going to have to learn to listen, to assert your voice when needed and listen when needed. And then the Knight of Coins is all about, you know, if it's not satisfying to you, find something else. Because if you're feeling stuck or you're like, oh, okay, I'm not getting heard, but I can't, you know, people aren't listening whenever I speak, you know, and then, look, you know, if you're like, I'm listening all the time, but everybody, they never go with my ideas, and then when I speak up and say I have an idea, they're like, nope. If you feel like you're between a rock and a hard place, and maybe it's time to move. Got to get that horse moving. You know, you're just feeling like things are stagnant and you're stuck in the rut. That's what I used to say. I feel stuck in a rut for a long time. You know, stuck in the mud. You don't want to be stuck in the mud. You don't want to be stranded. You want to get moving again. So if that's going to require a change of these things, if these things make it better, great. If they don't, maybe look at your options. I would say look at your options again. Maybe things have gotten boring and complacent and you're just like, same old, you know, all the time. And you're looking for a break. You want to break it up. Maybe you want to go and work an outdoor job where you can breathe fresh air and see different things every day. I don't know. You know, that's going to be your prerogative. That's your free will. I mean, you've got stability. I mean, obviously there's lots of coins here, so you're making money, but is it worth it to you? Because if all you do is make money and you're not getting a chance to enjoy your private life, if you're not being listened to or heard at work or however you're feeling, then it's time to do something else. So you can find something that has that better work-life balance and more stability, more pay, more everything. Go find your happiness. Go find a more stable thing, and who knows, maybe it'll be better. It's going to be more abundant, and you'll end up really loving the job, and then you'll be like, wow, I'm making money. You can afford to take a really nice vacation and take a cruise, buy a house, whatever it is you want to do that's going to make your life easier. A place that's just for you to relax in. A place to go, whether it's a house to sit in or a new car, whatever it is. Like, maybe you just need something new. You know, you need a new hobby or something. I don't know. There's so much going on in my head right now, and this is like the second recording I've done, and my headache is getting so much worse, guys. So I'm having a little hard time focusing on it. So I am sorry for that, but I didn't expect my headache to be so bad. I'm actually getting nauseous. But I think it's pretty clear. It's like, wow, this is pretty powerful. You should focus on the job. That's what it's telling me. All coins. Focus on the foundations. The foundation of career, the foundation of your home life. And for some of you, this might be about relationships, because I kind of put those in with the pentacles because it's earth. So you want to be grounded. You want stability. You want security. So work on that. That's going to be your focus for a while. So let me look at these oracle cards real quick. We have versatility. Yes, versatility. I mean, be flexible, guys. Learn to be a little bit flexible, especially when dealing with coworkers that you have to work with. Yes, mutable moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. It's not. You can make whatever changes. Nobody said you had to stay in a job you don't like. You know, just have to be you have to be wise about it and just look around, see if there's something. If you find jobs that you like, go ahead and apply. If you need to take that day off to go to that and interview, then go do it. But whatever it is, just make sure that you've got something lined up. I mean, in some cases, some of you, if they find out that you're looking, they fire you or something like that. Or they tell you can't get off to go to this interview. Sometimes you do have to give notice and just be like, you know what? I'm not showing up. But I think that's a rare case. And I think most people are willing to work with you, hopefully. Unless you just have a really bad, company boss, something like that. And the best thing here, expect miracles from your angels. Like, expect miracles. Like, if you're bored, you can do this. You're going to find time to have fun. And that's going to just bring in more abundance because you're having fun. You're raising your vibration. If you do find something better, expect it to come in. Once you start looking, it should fall in your lap. So if you keep saying, oh, I don't know about this, don't think in terms of negativity, because or a place of lack, I should say, because then it's kind of like you're setting yourself up to fail. So don't do that. Just be like, yes, there is a job out there and I'm going to find it, expect it. Expect it and just trust that everything's going to work out. And then we have email. Be mindful of the messages you send. I just said that. So, be mindful of how you put it out in the universe. Expect your miracles. And, and this might also be something of the messages you're sending to your coworkers. If you're talking over them and trying to lead them and, micromanage them, they're not going to like you very much if you do that. And the same thing goes with if you're sending the message out that you're weak and that you're not a team leader, that you don't speak up for yourself and stand your ground. That can be sending a message that you aren't good for management or you won't ever get promoted, or, you just want to make sure you send the right message, that you are strong, that you are assertive when you need to be, but you also know how to listen and you can work as part of a team, which employers like. And your color card is blue, number 37. Activate your healing power. That reduces to 10. So that could be a 1, like a magician, manifesting and expecting miracles, but that could also reduce to 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune. So luck's in your favor. I'm going to put it like that. I can be basic, but the Wheel of Fortune is all about taking those chances. So take the chance to make changes in your life. And if you get to a place where you are being stopped from making changes, then you can make the change to something entirely different, so that find someone that will accept you wanting a better work-life balance. Find an employer that will allow you to make changes and have that time. If you need to take a personal day, take one. That's kind of what I see here. The healing power, I don't know, maybe there's something with healing, because with the coins and pentacles, maybe you do need to get grounded and, put your focus on your work or on your home life, or both. It's all about balancing out. So I hope those messages were helpful to you. Thanks, guys.